Scratch.
That's the problem. As soon as we start recording, my brain just goes on vacation. So you lose all facts, and that's why everyone that listens to you are like, "You guys are idiots. You don't know anything." But if they were on Jeopardy, they'd be frozen too.
Yeah.
So what is it? ASMR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The feeling of well-being combined with tingling sensation in the scalp and down the back. Some people respond to specific gentle stimulation.
Yeah, that's what
often
we all.
a particular sound.
That's what we feel when Doc eats his Cheetos on air.
Yeah. What is that called again?
ASMR.
Wow.
Huh.
I thought I was just cool.
No.
Oh.
One thing to be mindful of, Paul, when you touch
Don't move the microphone like this.
Yeah, well, you got to mute yourself before you touch it because those springs make it sound like a floor tom.
Yeah.
It took me 5 or 6 episodes to figure that out.
Makes you sound like a 17-year-old on a twin bed.
Damn, Bales. Swinging hard early.
Welcome, Mr. Paul Granger.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, special guest, Mr. Paul Granger. Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was trying to think of like Kermit the Frog on the Muppets with special guest.
He's a co-host.
What's
Waka
long,
waka.
green, smells like pork.
Yeah.
Warm up swings.
I don't want to make you feel bad, Paul, but last week's guest was a bird. So
Okay. I'm good. Dig to the bottom of the barrel until you get there.
we're on a run as fast as we can get to the bottom. So how you been, buddy?
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing all kinds of stuff for this. I got the microphone and the stand and the Stoop Pops thing, and I networked the office. I got cables running and everything.
Nice.
Put in wall jacks.
You sound great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should have worked more on lights.
What more do you need? This is a visual podcast, is it?
No.
Which could be. You got the YouTube channel.
We do.
Yeah.
We feel the need not to subject people to that.
Right.
And plus, I like to pick my nose.
Okay. Maybe that could be a drinking game built into it.
No, because I pick my nose and eat at the same time, and I don't always wash my hands, and I don't want people to know that.
Okay.
I'm gonna edit that out.
Ew.
I'm kidding. That would be disgusting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wonder why this popcorn's extra salty
What?
from boogers.
Do you have salty boogers?
I'm sure they are.
Oh.
I don't know. I just took that for granted. I don't know why.
Yeah. I would have guessed that too.
Yeah.
Like sweat.
Is it salty where you are?
Huh.
The driveway is salty. Had to run the snowblower this morning.
Bales is salty.
Yeah.
It's true.
At least my lower half.
Bales is 80 grit.
Oh.
He's rough. We're going to call him 80 grit from now on.
80 grit Bales.
Oh, man. I went to AAA today to get my license renewed. To get that, what they're calling the real ID.
DMV, you mean?
Yeah. Well,
You said AAA.
you can
How does that
avoid the lines at the DMV or RMV if you just go to AAA, if you're a AAA member.
Wow.
At least in my state.
Massachusetts.
So, are you trying to line up the stalkers? God damn it, Paul. So to go get my real ID, which you're going to need at the end of 2019 if you want to be able to fly, you're going to need a passport or a real ID instead of a regular driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I go get my real ID and I take my eye test and I somehow pass without my glasses, which is great. But you know how they take your picture, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then it flashes on the screen. And you only get 1 or 2 shots because if you try to sit there and play, glamour shots,
like that. We do it again.
they're going to get pissed off, right? So it's like, well, I probably look fat all day, every day anyway, so it's not going to get any better. Just keep that one. So my new real ID, which replaces my driver's license, is an even fatter version of myself. It's going to be great. And speaking of fat people, welcome Eloy.
Oh snap!
He's on mute.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Paul. I know you feel uncomfortable with these people and the way they. I mean, just listen to Bales. I mean, I'm sorry that I delayed.
Did the chowder get you, buddy?
I mean, Rory and Doc are all right, but Bales was like chewing your ear off, and I'm sorry for Bales.
It's all right. I've met him in person. It's one of those things.
So we met in person.
You got to meet Eloy.
That is something I wish to discuss. I don't know if you've already discussed it or not. Yes, Doc. Unfortunately, I see the problem is I've got this kink over here,
right?
And I did.
He was pointing to his junk.
I did some grass today. I cut the grass, and I've got this kink over here, and I fell asleep.
This was not chowder induced.
The guy cut the grass.
The thing about grasses
makes you sleep.
Florida. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3.
Is this thing on?
Okay, I'm sorry, Rory. I owe an apology to Rory. Rory, I owe a deep apology to Rory.
A deep one.
Ooh, now we're talking.
All right, I'm sorry. Continue. I did fall asleep. It was grass that you mow, my arm, my shoulder. I'm not a young guy. I rested my head.
You fell asleep mowing the lawn?
Yeah, I fell asleep.
You like wake up in a corner and it's like
he woke up in that catch basin with them duckies. He was like, "What are you guys doing?"
You laugh now, but it's not easy.
Being cheesy?
It's not easy being cheesy, and as the years go on, things start to hurt. Well, actually, I can't. Bales is my same age, so I can't really argue that point with him. And by the way, Bales, I'm sorry I was picking on you.
Okay, so we now return to Scratched, already in progress.
Dude, I could have slipped in without making such a scene, but you guys wouldn't let it happen.
We didn't bring it up. You did.
So what were you guys talking about? You asked me. So, hey, I brought it up.
I just said, hey, bud, did the chowder get you? And then you started on your soliloquy about grass.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. You know when you wake up and you're still not there?
It's every morning at 6 a.m.
Yeah. What's going on, Paul?
Not too much. Lots of work. Watch a lot of videos.
What do you do, Paul?
I'm an alarm technician, security and fire alarms.
Ooh.
Video cameras, door access, all kinds of stuff.
You know what's funny about that? I had met Paul, I think, once. And then I found out he was an alarm tech. And I was like, yes, that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
They're just alarm techs have a way about them.
Yeah.
Yep. And you definitely have that way about you. As soon as I heard that, I was like, 100%. Yes. I bet he has a super clean vehicle.
I do.
Yeah. Yes.
Pretty clean. Yeah. Although I work with lots of techs that don't have clean vehicles, so that.
Yeah, well, there's two kinds. They exist in two states.
Mm-hmm.
It's either sterile or filthy.
Right.
Usually a lot of cigarette butts in those vehicles.
I got one that doesn't smoke, but man, his truck is horrible. It's just piled on stuff. I was working with him today. I never looked in his van just to avoid the stress and anxiety.
It was usually too hard to look.
Yeah. He parked his truck across the parking lot. We used mine for all the tools, all the ladders. Everything was good.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't even need to deal with your hot mess.
Right. And he knows it too. He's like, you got all the stuff. Let's just use your stuff.
Yeah, I don't need a tetanus shot today, so I'm not going to go. I'm not going to enter your vehicle.
I even shared my lunch with him. I specifically packed my lunch knowing that I was going to have to share with him.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I want to work with this guy.
Yeah, what was for lunch?
Ham and cheese on his, sandwiches.
Oh,
So
sandwiches.
Do you pack like a sandwich and you each get half, or do you pack two?
This was one sandwich cut in half. Yes.
That's it?
It's all about the backers. There's always more than one thing in the lunch bag.
All right.
I could survive in the woods for 3 days at least if I just, went slow.
Would you eat his sandwich though?
If he had brought me a sandwich?
Yeah.
He's recently married. Yes, maybe I would consider it if he told me his wife made it. But
If you pulled it from the bottom of the service truck,
Right, yeah.
flat pancake and stuff with mold and like a little tree coming out of it.
Yeah, he's not that gross, but it could be that way in some cases. If you go, oh, I got something left over from yesterday. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Why not? Why not just pack 2 sandwiches?
Because there's no room. The lunchbox only fits everything. Tetris, you know how things fit in the box. You have to make it fit.
What are the backers?
Recently, I've been doing this like what they call awesome bar or perfect bar. It's all like ground up nuts. It's weird. And refrigerated.
See, are you trying to tempt us now?
Yes.
You know how we go. And
I'm trying to hold back with everything I got right now.
So you fed your coworker your nuts?
Yeah. No.
They grinded them
Chips.
and then fed them.
Yeah,
Chip.
that's
Eloy
not what.
usually likes his hole.
Yeah, and hanging towards the socks. That's a
Okay, we had to get that out of our system. Rory, you want to take one? Go ahead. Everyone, take your pass. Go ahead.
I'm going to savor mine a little bit.
Well, listen, for those people joining in for the first time, that was a reference to something that actually exists in previous shows. That's not a random, hey, nuts to the socks. No. And by the way, we're turning a new leaf.
Okay, so ground nut bars.
Yeah. Sliced apples, chips.
Ooh, healthy. What kind of chips are we talking? What's the chip situation?
My favorite is all dressed. It's like a Canadian chip.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you, Canadian?
I know. Well,
It's zesty.
Granger is supposed to be Granger.
Oh, Granger.
That's what I'm told.
Fancy.
Yeah, well, I've been up that way. It's pretty far up there. You can spit into Canada from there.
And it's only a few hours.
Yeah, you're like a Canadian Mexican to them. Like yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they wouldn't want us coming across the border.
They don't know what they're missing.
Yep. But we want Pat Lap to come. He never shows up.
No, Granger. I like it.
No, dude. Granger. That ruins the whole thing, dude. I like the Granger. It sounds like, heavy metal every time. Paul Granger. It sounds heavy metal to me. And now you're adding that Granger. It just no. I like just Granger.
Granger better like Rouleau.
Yeah.
Is it Rouleau or Raul? Huh?
Yeah, it is Rouleau.
You guys are neighbors practically.
Pretty much.
All the cool people are like from upstate New York. I don't know what the story is.
No, there's not. There's a couple people, but
well, no. Okay, let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. There's a lot of cool ass makers in the northern areas of the country, including the dock area and all that. Notice towards the east, you get all the crazy people. Well, actually, you know what? Bales is up there as well, but he's actually originally from. I had to throw you a bone, Bales.
Mm-hmm.
See, but all the weird people, they moved. What the real?
What's up with the hand?
The real weird people. The real weird people moved west.
Oh yeah.
But the real weird people, like back in the day, traditionally they traveled, stopped in the middle of the country. What the hell's up with that? Like Rory, how do people
Then the really weird people moved to Florida.
Wrong. The people in Florida are decent, kind, and humble people.
Are you kidding me?
Of they created monasteries and
they're practically all Jedi.
Yeah. Granger?
Yes.
I do over there, Bales, wherever he's sitting in I love Bales, and I have attacked because I felt like he was trying to put me in a corner. I just woke up and it's like a lion, right? Mm-hmm. So I just want to put it, I'm not trying to attack Bales.
Hey, Paul.
Yes. What up?
Now that I know a little bit more about you, I doubt that you do, but I have to ask, do you have any tattoos?
No.
Would you get a tattoo?
Not really. I've thought about what I would get.
Yeah, what would you get?
Totally dumb.
Like a 90s tribal tattoo sleeve?
No.
Ooh, yeah.
I would make up my own Volkswagen part number. I'm kind of a Volkswagen nerd too.
Really?
Every Volkswagen part has a Volkswagen Audi logo with like 10 digits. Looks like a what do you call it? Social security number.
Yeah.
I'd probably do something stupid like that.
That's fun.
Which is dumb already, you know. That's why it's not something I did.
Where would you put it?
Where would you put the serial number?
Tramp stamp.
On my wang.
I would think it'd go like right on the back of your neck.
Oh.
Where they're
That's where Goss used to put like barcodes.
Right. That's where we're eventually going to be implanted with our mind control.
Pins.
Yeah.
We already have those. They're called birth certificates.
Is that where it's going to go?
That's our registrations.
Yeah. How much will we have to pay you to get a scratch tramp stamp?
Let me make a phone call.
Oh, okay.
We can make this happen.
I want to see a VIN down the side of his prick.
You want to see that?
Yeah.
That's a pretty short VIN.
Oh, you Bales, you have any tattoos?
Yep.
What do you got?
You have a tattoo on the top of each foot.
Right and left.
Yeah. Mustard and ketchup.
Brake and gas?
Yep. That's all the further I got. I wanted full sleeves, full spine tattoo. I just can't justify the cost.
Yeah, it gets pricey.
Yeah, it does. You're working on a full sleeve, aren't you?
I am. I said, screw it. I was done. I was done thinking about it. I'm going tomorrow. So I ask.
What? Oh, more work?
Yeah.
That's the thing is I'll come up with this idea and then I'll make myself stew on it for a ridiculous amount of time just to make sure that it's still a viable idea. And then I usually decide that it's a stupid idea.
The ones that I have that when I started, I designed myself, and then I bartered with one tattoo guy, and I forged him a security grill in exchange. He did a tattoo, and the deal was that I got to do whatever I wanted to do for his grill, and he got to design whatever he wanted to do within the theme for the tattoo, and we kept it around the same budget of proportion. And that worked out well. And then when I decided to really, do the sleeve, it's like I have to find like an artist. I am just love their stuff, and found a guy, and just kind of approached him like how people come to you to work on stuff. Like, this is what I'm thinking about. This is what I like. This is what I like out of your portfolio, and just let them run with it. Worked out really well. I like it.
Yeah, very cool. I used to be heavy into that myself, and then, like Bale said, I just can't, especially with the boys.
Yeah,
it's hard to put money into tattoos and stuff like that. It's like, oh, we'll eat my tattoos if we get hungry. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could just go work with Paul for a day and eat half his lunch.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll just go mooch off the alarm tech. Hey, buddy, what do you got there? Sandwich?
Ham and cheese.
Yeah.
Little apple on the side. Is there some lemon juice on there to make sure they don't go brown?
Give me some of your ground nut bar.
You could have the whole thing, bro.
Hey,
I don't share that thing.
Hey, hold I left to get some, and I come back and I put the headphone, and you're talking about brown nut bars.
Ground nut bar.
Brown.
Okay, sorry. Woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
So he's only interested if they're brown.
Yeah.
No. If we had to work together, Paul, I would share half of my sandwich. And then
Okay.
No.
we'd have the sampler pack.
I'm pretty sure Doc would bring full lasagnas to work.
I don't eat heavy at work.
In like a heating oven. He has a heating oven bolted to the side of his van.
My first time around with this company, I used to roll with a microwave in the back.
What?
Dude, I used to have a microwave, one of those pull out cords, so you could plug in hot soup on a cold day, man. Really lift your spirits.
That's brilliant.
But now what I do is I have one of those electric kettles, and I use that for like ramen style soup, or there's a couple other things you can make, like couscous my wife gets. That's pretty good. If it's freezing cold, and I used to make pressed coffee.
See, I'm stuck with a cold sandwich. I'm not dragging around all those things.
No, man. I want Doc making meatballs and gravy in the back of his van.
I do it.
That's what I want. I want the trucks, the job site.
I've done it.
Mamma mia.
Hey, at my last job, the guy retired, old Italian guy retired, and he was kind of from my area, and I knew him outside of there. When he retired, I made spaghetti and meatballs for the entire shop in the shop on one of those camp stoves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't make the meatballs there. Everything was prepped to hip. I made the spaghetti on site.
Let me. Oh, I'm sorry, Rory.
No, I'm just like, dang.
I want to. Now that we have. Okay, go ahead, Doc. I have a question, a couple of questions for Paul, but.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was hilarious because a bunch of old guys, everyone ate these big plates of spaghetti at lunch, and their blood sugars went through the roof, and everyone was taking naps all afternoon. It was just everyone was just passed out.
Food coma.
Yeah, food comas. Not used to eating like that.
I should eat less at lunch. I know that.
Yeah, I have
you guys lose for weight. I found.
Yeah, I have to eat late at lunch, or else it's nap time.
Mm-hmm.
It gets to be. I'm fine. I can eat big lunch, and I can do it every once in a while if I know I got nothing to do in the afternoon, or whatever. But it just hits me like a ton of bricks by 2:00. It's just like, ugh. Hence the coffee maker.
Yeah. Well, luckily in my job, I don't really have to be that productive. It just has to look like I get things done. Not that I actually put up lights and people see them work.
Oh, yeah, you're just kind of you guys with the funny little wires.
Yeah, tweakers and sneakers. That's what they call it.
Yeah, I used to be, when I was a telco tech, I remember the guys with the funny blue wires are here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good gig.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, good work if you can get it.
All right, so I've got a couple of questions for Paul. If you don't mind, Paul.
I got answers.
Okay. So just the first sort of like overview question is going to be, and please be honest and let it.
Necessary to ask if I'll be honest. Mandatory.
Just let that which springs from within be the answer. If it's wrong, it sounds kooky. If you just start wailing around, flailing around. I hope you don't wail around. If you start flailing a lot, or both, you could do both. Just give us the answer that is the true answer.
All right.
Please. And I hope it's a good answer. The one that I want to hear, not the one that you're going to offer. What is your favorite music? I want to know that Paul Granger. What's your favorite music? I hope I don't hear rap, but I'm going to just keep it to myself.
No, I mean, I like everything pretty much, but my favorite would be like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Stevie's a good one. Yeah. All right. I was hoping for like some Led Zeppelin as well, but Stevie, I all respect with Stevie. By the way, what's everybody's favorite? Like, I don't want to say music, but band. What comes to mind? And please,
Bales.
No boy bands. Bales.
Hard rock.
Good. See, Rory Storm.
I wanna sex you up. Oh,
my God.
Ooh, yeah.
See, that's what I was hoping that wouldn't be the case.
Doc, your turn.
Yeah, I like music. I'm all over the place. You see what links I send you all the time. I like stuff from the 60s. I really like when there was like I'm gonna call it pop music, but it was like really overly produced.
Yeah,
it was like Joe and the mechanic guys, and you know what I mean. I like that. There would be like 6 guys all dressed the same,
doo-wop kind of thing.
Not even the doo-wop, but like when they had the guitars with like the matching guitars.
Okay,
yeah,
I dug that. Looking
back, and this is just because from Paul's perspective, looking back, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Were you, so you're open to music in general? Like you really have no issues. I always bring up the things that you might hear of like 90s versus 80s, and in the end, I understand what Doc says. I'm not, I am partial to the 80s, but do you have sort of like a decade's preference? What are your thoughts on that whole thing?
I don't really remember each decade individually. I kind of like all of the different songs. Like I said, I like a lot of music.
Yeah.
But I might go 90s.
Oh, crap, dude. So you like the grunge?
Yeah. Audio Slave, anything Chris Cornell.
Okay, well, I can respect Chris Cornell. Obviously awesome vocals.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm giving you more due since you're visiting us than I would offer our buddies. No,
Yeah.
I go ahead.
Come down on me. It's all right.
And by the way, that was the wrong answer, anyhow, Granger. But I'm just gonna. It's gnawing, Just what are you gonna do? And how about Rory? It's a bad.
Oh, you come
person
on!
to ask because he just brought some boy band. I want to sex you up.
Oh, who did that? Was that Color Me Bad?
Yeah,
I want to sex you up. Ooh,
all night. Make you feel my wiener.
I don't think that's how it went, Rory.
Oh, those lyrics.
Can you tell us? Can you tell us the first
the dirty version?
The first Menudo album that you purchased. Go.
The first album I purchased?
Menudo album that you purchased.
Oh, was the one with Ricky Martin?
Oh, Ricky Martin was in Menudo?
Yeah.
Yes, he was. You know this, man.
No, I did not know that.
Yep.
I am so no.
Before his
I'm going to tell you something right now.
Before his Vita was Loca, that's what he did.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I live in Miami, and you would expect that you walk out the door and it's raining Menudo. Even to this day, even though we're living in 20, what is it, 19, in 20, that there's Menudo everywhere. But the truth of the matter is...
We're talking about the band of the soup.
The band.
Oh, okay.
But the truth is, I crossed paths with Menudo once. Not me personally, their album. I was going to say ass hat. Some asswipe in school back in the day, instead of having like a frickin' Van Halen, we're talking in the 80s, we were little kids, and like people would bring like, hey, look, check out this dumbass brings in a Menudo thing. They're all standing in the cover light and it's bright colors, neon, or like, what the hell's wrong with you, buddy? So that was my encounter with the Menudo.
He thought he was cool though.
Yeah, I guess so, but it was horrible. Even back then I understood.
When you're young, you're naive, though. You're very easily impressed, and he probably had somebody around him that made him think that that's good. But
the rock comes from, there's external, but it comes from within, and it calls out, and when the rock, when it's crap, and when it's rock, even when you're a kid.
But what if he didn't feel that? What if he was like Menudo?
Then he's... I wanna sex you up.
I mean, everything hits your ears differently, man.
No, I'm open to all that stuff. Like you guys know that. Bales is totally into like the weird crap that happened in the 90s as well. He's got and all that transitional music and blending of new sounds, and he appreciated music beyond that. And I was stuck in really the 80s with the heavy metal and stuff. Although I liked Pearl Jam and Chris Cornell is of course, but I play it up, I ham it up a little bit so that because if not, we all agree and there's nothing to say.
Well, you also make it seem like that the grunge movement was like 15 to 20 years. Like, what is that grunge? It was 3 years at best.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was. You're right. Well, look, it was more than 3 years. But what happened was that it created waves where how it changes the style. Everybody started wearing the flannel, and
I still have my flannels.
Yeah,
but we're from farm country, Paul. That doesn't count.
We were going to wear the same flannels that I had.
We were going to wear flannel regardless. Yeah.
But you know what, dude? In the end, and by the way, since I had such a great nap, I'm not going to be argumentative here. But yeah, I like the Pearl Jam. Versus was good. I like Versus a lot. I like 10. 10 was, to me, exquisite. The next album that came out was it Versus Bales?
Yep.
That was a good album. There were hints of them going away from mainstream even on that album. I think after that came Vitology.
Yep.
I even like that. I went to their open, what do they call it when like they open the record store pre whatever?
Right.
The pre what do you call it, Bales?
Listening party?
No, dude, the
pre-com?
Oh shit. Oh, that was good.
Edit point, thank you.
Holy smokes. and we bought Vitology, and it was freaking awesome. But at that point, they're breaking from just to, go grunge, more grunge. And after that, I couldn't stand their music.
That's where I lost it too.
So back up a little bit. What about, you mentioned Van Halen earlier and rock, and I can't take anything away from Van Halen. Obviously, I like guitarists, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Eddie Van Halen. You get, same thing. Mm-hmm. So Van Halen or Hagar, which
I say Hagar.
No,
because you lived through it.
I just like him better as a vocalist.
Okay.
No,
I feel like the two bands, but even though three members are the same.
I feel like we've been down this road before.
And we have.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this again. David Lee Roth, all day long, 2 times on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think he's the better showman, but Hagar's the better vocalist.
There's no way.
Yep.
No way.
Hey, guy, that's my answer.
No,
my opinion.
I don't want your answer, dude.
Rory, help me out here. He's like, who?
Ben, what?
I'm Googling as fast as I can, guys. I can only have so many open windows.
Wait, did they come before this guy called Marilyn Manson?
Okay, that, to me, is the epitome of crap. Marilyn Manson.
It's weak.
I'm sorry.
I like the early stuff.
It was poppy.
No.
By the way, Eloy, do you know what movie launches in next month, March, on Netflix? Maybe you and I should do a viewing party. Maybe we could do a virtual Yeah, we can do a virtual handshake.
Jesus, guys.
I was shaking a rum and coke right now.
Motley Crue, The Dirt.
Oh, really? On Netflix?
Yes.
Let's do a viewing party.
Yeah.
When's it come out?
Sometime in March, I believe.
Let's go see if, you know what? I'm excited. Let's go see if they have Motley Crue print pajamas.
What's it going to be? Alistair
Bed sheets?
Alistair Fiend on some pajamas?
I dig it.
It releases March 22nd.
Holy smokes. And what's the whole idea behind it? Is it like...
It's basically their break into stardom, I guess. I don't know how far into the history it's going to go, but they touch on Mick being diagnosed with his chronic disease. They touch on Tommy and Heather's divorce, Nikki's OD, Vince Neil's when he got in the car crash and killed the guy from Hanoi Rocks, their early days up and coming on the Strip. So we'll have to see. I mean, I didn't read the book, so they're basically turning the book into a movie.
Yeah, books should be burnt. Everything should be visual, audio.
Jeez.
It should only be this podcast.
Yeah, I'm hoping you don't ask me what my favorite book is, because I don't think I have one.
That's a different podcast altogether.
Yeah.
That's the door down the hall, Paul. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you wanted to hear it by accident.
Wait. Don't ask you what's your favorite podcast?
That's his favorite book.
Oh, so what's your favorite podcast?
I listen to
this. Okay.
Making It and Reclaimed every week. But I listen to other stuff.
I'll take it.
Twit. You ever heard of Twit? This Week in Tech?
Yes.
Leo Laporte.
I live on an island, but I'll check it out. Is it like a short, sort of like what's going on?
No, it's long.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours condensed down into 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
But he interviews different people in journalism that, talk about tech. It helps me get an idea of what might come in security-wise.
Oh, I
Not that it really helps me, but I listen.
Well, all that matters is that you mentioned us, thank goodness.
Yeah,
Right there.
You're in the mandatories.
Now, was the transition into Rory a smooth one? Was it a shocker? How did that feel?
The shakeup just keeps happening, so I'm hoping it continues. There'll be something new in 6 months. No Bales, no Eloy, and Doc might have gone through a sex change. That's just what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he mentioned Bales first. So Bales is the next one to go.
Wow.
By the way, I don't plan on switching polarity anytime soon.
All right. Just things could happen here.
No, I've got my next podcast already ready to go. It's got a name. I'm ready to pull the trigger. If I got to jump, I'll jump.
All right.
When we eventually split.
Trampled Underfoot?
Yeah, no.
I listened to that too.
Hella 2000s.
Hella Audis.
I was quite comfortable with Rory joining in because of like maybe the 2 or 3 times we had previously. We did the Mad Maker show, and you actually before that we did Scratched live a couple of times with Rory, or no, one time live and maybe one time pre-recorded. I don't even know what the heck we talked with Rory before, but the point is, I felt quite comfortable but Rory has conspiracy theory blood in him, but he hasn't revealed yet, truly, or he's anti-conspiracy but tests the waters. And I'm trying to, and Bales is quite receptive. Doc is not, Doc is open to it, but he sort of is measured. Everybody's got their but how do you feel about, and by the way, if I got you wrong, you could step in and say, hey, no, Eloy, that's, this is the truth of the matter.
No, you're good. I like to educate myself on all sides of the story. Everything that, like, I'm listening to what you say. I'm listening to what Bale says. Doesn't mean I'm choosing one or the other, but I'm listening. So,
do you have conspiracy theories that you ever ponder?
I don't, but I went to a customer's house, and this is, that's as far as the security part of it goes. And his point of view is that this is something you guys haven't covered before. There are nanoparticles being dropped by the government, and those nanoparticles are being inhaled by us, and they're helping control our thoughts.
It's true.
What?
Like fluoride in the water that's going to shrink our pineal gland?
Pineal gland.
I didn't get that one. Now I need more research.
Oh, but yeah. That one goes on forever. That's a deep one.
He's saying that, it's increasing suicide rates. It's increasing bad decision making. All kinds of silliness, whether it's true or not.
Nanoparticles.
I'm afraid to click these links. I'm trying to find one I feel safe with.
Isn't it terrible that I almost feel like we need like a third party to like screen these websites through. And I'll tell you what,
we need to be sponsored by NordVPN.
Yeah, there you go. Get at us. Because
do you ever want to look up your conspiracy theories, but want to make sure your data's protected? You, my friends, need NordVPN. That's right, folks. Today's episode is sponsored by NordVPN. It's not really, but I
not really sponsored, but we'll let it run. Get at us.
Maybe if we dangle the fruit, they'll
be dangling, all right.
I think we should all dangle and see what fish bites.
Nanoparticles.
No, I can totally picture that scenario. Connected to the spraying in the air. What do they call that? With the planes.
Yeah, the thrust jet looking stuff. That's what they're talking about.
The chemtrails.
Chemtrail. That's it. Perfect.
So what if they are spraying but not to make us all wild, but subservient.
They want us to be subservient.
They want us to be subservient anyhow.
Right.
I don't think that's a far stretch. Do they want Paul Granger driving to work to swerve off the thing into a shack and pull out like machine guns and machetes and freaking bombs and say, the aliens are coming? Ah! Right. Do they want that, or do they want Paul to drive to his destination and properly maybe have a cup of coffee, not too much, and then come back home? What do they want? They want that. They don't want you exploring your true nature.
That's what you think.
Of your nanoparticles.
Well, there's a lot of I enjoy the conspiracy, and in fact, we've talked behind the scenes. I don't want to, but we are planning things that might happen someday, possibly.
We're planning the one world government.
No, dude,
that's what the elite wants.
The nanoparticles are telling us this.
No, the elite rich powers have always wanted a one world government, and multiple people have tried, but they've failed. Alexander the Great, Hitler. There's just too much resistance.
Genghis Khan.
So how do you become a one world government if you can't subdue the Earth's population? You can't force them, right? You have to make them want a one world government.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you make everyone on Earth agree to a one world government?
An alien invasion.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make a bigger threat that they need your protection from.
When you have a common enemy, is what you're saying.
So there's a theory that there are no aliens. Like the whole alien thing is it's a scam. It's just a way to drive the population fearfully into wanting a one world government.
I feel so happy right now that Bales is talking in this manner.
Here's the way I feel about it, Bales. Let's start mining one of these moons. As soon as we start pulling minerals out of the atmosphere or out of the cosmos,
there's no need to be dirty.
Then we're gonna see if there's some aliens. When we start taking precious metals out of the sky, then they're gonna be like, whoa.
You can mess up your sphere. Just leave the others alone.
Hey there, cosmic redneck. Back off one time there, once with your buddy.
Just put us back into our cage.
Yeah. Why don't you go back down there on your blue ball and
play in that aquarium, kids.
You're done here. Go back to the kids' table. Run along now.
I'll ask you guys this: how does the International Space Station get its air in a locked environment up in space?
They have a lot of ferns.
They have what?
A lot of ferns.
Ferns.
It's a lot of indoor plants.
They're very hardy.
Vision.
I mean, they have to have payloads being sent constantly because
air.
They're in a lock your butt in a hermetically sealed box.
Well, wouldn't the amount of air they just have to reoxygenate the air?
Right. Can you do that? Can you do
dioxide?
It must be doing something because you're not losing the air. They're breathing air in and breathing air out. It's just different.
You said you can drink your pee once. How many times can you breathe your air?
That's a good question. How many times can you breathe your air? Do you waste the air when you breathe? When you take in air and you breathe out the carbon? Does a little bit? I mean, it seems like you lose air.
That'll happen. Yeah.
Are you expelling full CO2 or are you expelling some unprocessed oxygen?
Yeah, and don't give me that whole thing about, they replenish on site because that's
so if you take a breath, if Eloy takes a deep breath and then exhales into my mouth and then I exhale into his mouth and we just do that over and over while we're watching Motley Crue The Dirt, could we make it through the whole movie?
You probably are going to lose your monetization on that. If you guys, by the way, I don't know whose channel you're going to hit that with, but I mean, I'd watch it. I'll give it a big thumbs up, but
yeah, subscribe.
Hit the bell.
Like and subscribe.
Comment and subscribe.
Well, now that that's left behind us, thank goodness. Woo.
All right, so Eloy, I did some research for you.
Okay.
One world government?
No. This is back on our stuff. So last week we talked about a quart of chowder.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a 32 ouncer of chowder. Okay, how many calories do you reckon are in a quart of chowder? Now I know calories isn't the perfect measure of how good.
I don't want to know this. I don't want to know it, man.
You need to know this.
It's a truckload.
Okay, so this is actually from the information on the public's website. So for 12 hours,
Can I guess?
Oh, go for it. Yeah, please.
4,000.
You're
$1, Bob.
$1, Bob. No, you're pretty high. 4,000.
Thank goodness.
4,000 would be insane.
Thank goodness it's not 4,000 because I was about to pass out right now.
No. Anyone else want to take a swing?
2,000.
Give me 1620.
Are we talking a pint or a quart?
Quart.
A quart? A quart's not 4,000.
No.
Potatoes. It's a lot of cream. It's probably a lot of salt.
And goodness.
Goodness, yeah. You get a lot of calories from goodness. Now, it works out to be about 1,000 calories per quart of chowder.
That's it? Wow.
Yeah. But let it be known that a lot of the percentages on the side of there were based on a 2,000 calorie a day diet. So if you eat that, that's pretty much your day's intake.
Okay, I knew that. I feel that every time I can feel it.
It's the sodium level too, though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You tanked your sodium for the day.
But dude, the potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
The problem.
That's pretty much equivalent to a pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
I'd rather have.
And you're eating twice as much.
Yeah, dude, chowder's way better. Those little potatoes when they're piping hot and the steam has filtered through the potatoes, like the texture of the potato, and you grab a potato with your teeth and you just bite it becomes like it breaks away in this like little creamy sandy thing, and it just filters through the tongue, and it covers the palate, and mixed with the cream of it just, oh man,
wow. I feel a song coming on, Eloy. Dang.
It's so good.
It is pretty good.
It really is, dude. It really is. I don't lie about that kind of stuff. Yeah.
When I was in Florida, I popped out. I took, but everyone was taking a nap one day. We got back early from the park, and before we went to the pool, and I went. It was 105 degrees, and I took my mother-in-law's car to the grocery store to get a bowl of stupid Publix chowder just because I had to try it. That was back when you were on the hunt for chowder. Remember that?
Yeah.
You and Vigo, the hunt for chowder.
Oh, dude. It's good stuff. I mean, everybody's got sort of like guilty pleasure food. I'm sure you guys have. What's your guilty pleasure food, Paul?
Ham sandwiches?
No, chocolate, probably. I don't turn away chocolate.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Damn.
Except the dark, that rich, thick, like that really heavy-duty chocolate. I like it more milk chocolate.
The cacao?
Yeah, that stuff is freaking crazy. I don't see it.
He didn't catch it. I said cacao.
Oh, no.
No cock?
No, Paul.
I didn't get there.
No, you did get there, but I don't want to associate myself, and cement that in history. That's Bales' fault. I'll just pass it on over to him.
Yeah, what about you, Bales?
I like a good Reuben.
That's your guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
A sandwich with rye bread is your guilty pleasure.
I think so.
That is the most boring thing. It's like that is the worst grandma answer I've ever heard in my life.
Bacon?
Sometimes I like a mint candy.
You don't switch your answer because Doc didn't like it. You went to bacon now?
I just eat whatever the hell I want to eat, right? If I want to eat a pack of freaking pizza rolls, I'm going to eat the pack of pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Family size.
Do they make family size?
Yeah,
they make everything in family size.
I feel like I have a cacao coming on in just a little bit, but continue. What's your favorite? Rory May and Doc. What are your favorite? Your guilty?
I'm with Bales. I eat what I want to eat. I drink what I want to drink. Boom.
Wow.
I just remember the last time I was eating crockpot Reubens, I started salivating. and it's a rare occasion. I'm gonna lob this one right down the center for you, Eloy. It's a very rare occasion that I'm wrapping my mouth around some meat and salivating.
Delivered with a bow.
What's a crockpot Reuben?
Where you
put it in a crockpot?
Yeah, and you just cook it for for 10 hours. Throw the sauerkraut in there, throw the corned beef in there, and just set it, forget it.
Let her buck.
The corned beef is some good stuff.
Delicious.
I'm gonna have to admit, I'm with you on that.
I could skip the kraut. That's not my taste.
It's part of the Reuben. Damn it!
That's why I don't eat the Reuben.
You could have the what do they call it?
The Russian.
No, it's called something else. I forget what it's called. But they make a version instead of the sauerkraut. They use coleslaw.
Yeah, it's a Russian.
You call it a Russian?
Russian.
Sold. I'll take one. That has like Russian dressing on it too, right?
Yeah, it's usually the corned beef, the coleslaw like that, Thousand Island.
Can we skip the rye bread and go with something else?
What do you want? Ciabatta?
I don't know.
I'm saying you can get whatever kind of sandwich you want, Paul. I don't know why. I don't know when we started making up sandwich rules. No, you can't have that. Sorry.
Well, it might say no substitutions on the Dangles menu.
No, it does not. Special orders don't upset us.
Okay.
Reuben with substitutes.
Paul, I'd like to thank you for your submission to the Dangles bathroom door.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate you putting me in there.
I'm pretty sure I got everybody updated.
Yeah, that's thank you for that service to the community, Rory.
You know what's cool about that? You debuted that sometime last year, early last year. Maybe it was 2 years ago, for goodness sakes. But whenever you debuted it, and then you started adding, and then it kind of went underground, went away a little bit, and then you just brought it back up, and it brings fond memories. And I started looking at the stickers again and stuff. That should be every year. You should do that. Bring it back up.
I don't want to bug everybody with it like every day. Like, hey, you got something? Hey, you got something? Hey, you got something?
Hey, Spike, what are you doing today, Spike?
Yeah.
Hey, Spike.
Well, some of us didn't think we deserved to be on there.
Oh, everybody.
Everyone's got a spot.
That's it. Everybody's included.
On the island of misfit toys.
Everybody gets a trophy.
That's right.
Everybody gets a trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy in our. Yeah, that's great. It's like it's like a Chinese food. Everyone gets a cookie.
Cookie.
By the way, my guilty pleasure is soda. Oh, it's awful. It's the worst habit ever.
I have a hard time drinking soda these days. It's too damn sweet.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
And my future ex-wife likes to bake, and I don't eat a lot of baked goods because I find it too sweet. So they just end up going to waste. Or she takes them to the office. Quit making these freaking cupcakes.
Put them in a box and send them down to me, dude.
Yeah, we'll give you some addresses.
Yeah.
So there's a burrito.
Putting weird stuff in them. Sorry,
Bales, go ahead.
She started putting weird stuff in them, like zucchini. I was eating a chocolate cupcake, and it looked like there was a clump of grass in it.
Yeah, run away.
So I'll be taking those addresses.
Okay. Live on air.
What about a burrito, Rory?
So there's a burrito stand down the street from the shop, and I was putting their kid through college because I was buying like 2 burritos a day. But they have this burrito, and you can smother it in green chili, and then you get a side of fries and put it on top of that monster. What? Oh, it's so good.
You put fries on top of a burrito?
That has green chili on it.
How big is this burrito? Like a Chipotle-sized burrito?
It's like a Guinness can, solid burrito.
2-pounder.
And it comes out like that, too.
Oh, dude.
Kaprunk.
With fries on top?
Rides the rails all the way through, huh?
I mean, you have to chew. That'll fix that problem.
You were eating 2 of these, or you're buying one for Craig?
No, I was just saying I was hoofing down 2 of them a day, but I stopped going there. I was growing my own burritos around my hips. So my guilty pleasure is like, if it was like, man, today was a good day. I'm hungry. I want something. I'll go get one of those and gorge myself at lunch.
That's funny because I ate a Chipotle burrito for lunch today.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Did you buy the extra chips?
No.
The free ones that you get at Moe's. Sorry.
You get free chips. I've never been to a Moe's.
What?
I've never been to a Moe's.
We have a Moe's down here. I've eaten there once. I had their cheeseburger. It was really good.
No, you didn't.
You got a
cheeseburger.
cheeseburger at Moe's.
Yeah. Moe's. Yeah.
Look at a double cheeseburger at Taco Bell. You idiot.
Yes, they have a cheeseburger. Hold on.
He's talking about the chain Moe's.
I'm going to show you guys the
Moe's Southwest Grill.
Yeah. I've never been.
Watch.
I've never been. Guess I should try it out, huh, Paul?
Well, it's not Chipotle.
Burritos are delicious, though.
But it's definitely a good burrito.
But if you have fresh ingredients in a sandwich well in front of you, it should be pretty damn hard to screw up a freaking burrito.
Here's my Moe's.
It's like when people tell me, oh, they make good sandwiches there. It's like, if you have fresh bread in a slicer, how can you muck that up?
Mm-hmm.
Well, do they make good sandwiches at Subway?
But that's not sliced. But they don't have a slicer.
Is that the chain you're talking about right there? That's what we got.
I don't know. I'm not seeing anything from you.
I'm sharing screen.
We used to have Quiznos up here, and they all shut down. I was heartbroken.
Quiznos was big in that direction.
I was heartbroken when they all shut down.
That's our Moe's.
Yeah, they don't sell burgers there.
No cheeseburgers.
Wait a second. Are you messing with me?
No.
Are you messing with me that they don't serve?
You're messing with us.
I don't think
I'm not messing with you.
Isn't that the home of the home wrecker?
Yes. That's one of the burritos named.
Yes.
It is?
Yep.
Home wrecker.
As in it ruins your toilet bowl?
Wait, you know what? I did go to Moe's one time. This is before we had kids. We went with my mother-in-law and father-in-law. And my father-in-law is one of those guys that only knows like 3 things when it comes to food. So the whole time I was trying to, what's that, Jared? I was like, it's a tortilla with meat, cheese, and vegetables. What's that? It's a tortilla with meat, cheese, and vegetables. How about this one? John, it's all the same shit. They named 7 different dishes the same. It's all the same. I don't know. I don't know what any of it. Ask the girl. She knows. She works here. Look at the hat.
Look at the hat.
Joey Bag of Donuts is the name of the other burrito.
What?
Joey Bag. Yeah, they have weird names for all the things.
Yeah.
The taco salad is called earmuffs.
Okay.
There was a good burrito joint down the street from my old job, and the fixins were always good, the fill-ins or whatever you want to call them, and it always came down to the most important part was the wrap job. Like that made or break whether or not you were going to have a good burrito experience.
Yeah,
like whether or not you were wearing it or fighting it, or whether or not you were just going to be able to just swallow it right down and be about your business.
Yeah, you're hoping for the Guinness can thing.
Yeah, for a nice
tight, right side
pack. Yeah. But
even distribution of goods.
I kept getting slop jobs, so I figured out that you could get the burrito bowl, and it came in like a chip bowl, and you got twice as much.
That's my Moe's right there, Moe's Express.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's different. That's Moe's with the Z.
Oh, is it? Oh, so they're cheating.
Oh, that's crazy.
Is that so? It's not with a Z.
So is it a good burger? I hear they got tasty burgers there.
This is good.
Is that only Miami?
I guess.
Dr. Limon.
So they stole the logo of Moe's and just added a Z?
Yeah, that's not the same logo.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just really Moe, and he said, screw the big chain. I'm going to do my thing.
We're going to do burgers in Express Lane. Fast burgers.
Oh, look at Limon next to it.
Yeah, with Dr. Limon.
Oh, Dr. Limon. Yeah, this is my little strip mall.
It's got a ceviche bar in a strip mall.
Yeah. Where did you see that? Oh, it's that one, the Limon.
Because that's where you go when you want good ceviche, to the strip mall.
Oh, no, but dude.
Everything's in a strip mall down there, man.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's true. And here's my comic book store, Corker Comics.
I don't have one of those.
You don't have a comic book store near you?
I don't even think so.
Oh,
I'm sure there is, but I don't know. Been a while since I looked at comic books.
Here's our Taco Bell.
It's been Eloy finds guys that read comic books really cool.
Comic books and tacos.
Comic books and fish.
And this is where I buy my comic books, and this is where I buy my tacos, and this is my favorite Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen spelled with one E.
There was actually a place not very far from me that when I was younger, and it's not like this anymore, but I asked my dad if I remembered it correctly, but there was a Burger Queen next to a Dairy King.
Yes. Like Walmart names for their generic sodas.
Yeah.
The best.
They were like, and they had been there forever.
McRonald's.
McDowell's.
Is that Casa de Eloy?
That's my casa.
Home of the Big Mick.
I thought you had a truck.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
It's an SUV.
I thought it was a pickup.
It's lasted me since I've used the same vehicle since like 2004. That's a long time, and it's a Ford. And people rag on Ford. Well, guess what? It's been with me forever, and it's still working.
It's much easier to do that in Florida than it is up here.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the cold, or
everything rusts.
Really?
Oh man, that's the hardest. It's so hard on your vehicle.
Well, the sunlight doesn't. Before I leave, the sunlight, the hood of the car. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, but we're talking about eating it from the bottom, not the paint.
Right, but this is what
Yeah.
happens because of the sun.
You should paint like a cool graphic on it.
Yeah, a mural.
Oh, you and Vigo like triumphantly, like you could be like Aquaman and Vigo could be like half mermaid dog coming out of the water, looking all hard.
Murdog.
Yeah, with like a trident.
I
think they have something here, man. You may want to consider it.
Can I think about it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm gonna have to ponder that one. So that's it. Let me leave that screen share.
So you're the only one with palm trees.
And hamburgers at Moe's.
Yeah.
Eat.
Yeah. Does it look very different from where you guys are at when you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like poverty.
Well, it is. It is poverty.
Looks like Florida. Everything was way too colorful.
Is it very colorful?
Pennsylvania is like the grayest place you've ever been in your life. Just gray after gray.
Not on a brand new snowfall. It's pristine.
Yeah, and then it's blindingly white that you can't look out there because it's snow blind.
Not only that, but there's a lot of flat here.
That's okay. You can tell it's super flat there.
Yeah, it's forever flat.
My parents have a place down there, and they ride motorcycles, 3-wheel trikes.
Yeah.
And they just go out of their mind when they find either a hill or a curve, because every road is straight. It's nuts. So
it just keeps going and going. So have you been to Miami?
Well, we landed in Miami once, I think. Maybe Fort Lauderdale. But we've driven past.
Have any of you guys ever been in Miami?
Yep.
Negative. But I'm coming, before you leave, I'm coming down and we're going out for Nicaraguan food.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, we'll do more than that. We have to binge in different, try different foods. Nicaraguan food is a look, it's not, we could go to the high cuisine Nicaraguan food. Like they have like the fancy, like.
No, I want Anthony Bourdain shit. I want to eat in back alleys and off trash can lids and stuff like that. I want the good.
Possum tacos?
Yeah, man. I want the full experience.
But the problem with Nicaraguan food is that it's when you have it, they serve you just a mountain of this rice and beans that they have, but they have these smaller beans, and then they have you can go with any main course, but I usually get like the sort of like a strip steak, right? And they serve you like 2 or 3, and they do it in such a way it's got all these. It's just incredible. And then they'll serve you plantains, and they have coleslaw in a little bag. And they give you a little shot of like their special hot sauce or whatever, and you pour it in the little bag. It's a plastic transparent bag, and you shake it up with the special ingredients. It's nice and hot, and the coleslaw. And
if it turns blue, you're pregnant.
6 more weeks of winter,
something like that. But get this. You can have another side where they take a cheese, like they have a chunk of cheese. And they'll cut a thick sort of like I'd say easily a quarter, if not, of cheese, and they deep fry it, and it bubbles. It's a special cheese at the end. It bubbles all around the edge, like crisps up, and the inside is all gooey. It's like sort of like a cheese stick type thing, and they put that on there too. And then to drink, you could have their specialty tropical thing, juices, or you can.
Why are you trying to talk me into it? I said I wanted to go already.
Or you could have a huge cacao, they call it.
I want one of everything.
You're going to have a huge cacao, so we have to be close to the bathroom as well.
Whatever. I'll deal.
What I'm trying to say is that it's a full meal, but we have to pack in as much as we can. So from there,
little bites. We're gonna share a lot. We're gonna make friends with other people. Be like, hey, you want to try some of this? Hey, what's your name? Come here. You want to try it? Whatever.
They're gonna be rushing by, you know.
Well, then we'll just give it to some people outside. Here, you hungry?
You have to stick your foot out and trip somebody.
We'll give it to Vigo. Vigo, hey, come here. Would you like that, bud? How's that?
Oh, he definitely would.
Yeah, we'll make friends. I'll make friends with. I'll go feed the duckies.
Dude, there's also the Peruvian food that we mentioned. Oh my goodness! Dude.
I'm ready to go.
There's so much.
I want to come back 15 pounds heavier from eating Miami's local cuisine.
Is there anything wrapped in palm fronds?
There's something wrapped in palm fronds. There is a meal. Well, maybe not palm.
Do they use like a banana leaf?
Yeah, like a banana. Yeah, but no, not palm fronds. It's banana leaf.
Tamales?
Sorry. No palm fronds. They do the tamales with the banana leaves. What kind of leaves do they use tamales on? I'm not a big tamales. Husks. No, but not down here. Oh yeah, down here too.
I was gonna say
I'm not a big
tamale corn husks. You don't like tamales?
No, I love tamales. It's just that I don't frequent tamale areas frequently, so I'm not
the tamale side of town.
Yeah, there's a lot of food. You know, I mean, you guys.
When we come to visit my parents, the days. It's a trip to the place that you're going to eat lunch, and then while you're at lunch, you're planning on where you're going to go to eat dinner, and then you next 2 meals you kind of talk about that on the way home, and hey, wait, let's stop and get ice cream.
That sounds like my future ex-wife.
That
you have to be planning.
That you just mentioned, that's a perfect depiction of how traditionally, because they're not down here working, they're down here for play, right?
Retired, yes.
Right. Well, that's how.
Wait, they live down there year round, or they're snowbirds?
Snowbirds, 7 months.
Okay.
That's the traditional. Miami was always a Margaritaville kickback type of thing, generally speaking, and it's become a hellhole, to be honest with you.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I'm telling you, dude. I'm not going to go there.
By the way, I'm not
retired. Stick with the one world government. We had to go back into Miami. Sucks.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not retired, and that's how I live my life.
Thinking about what the next meal is going to be.
Oh, it's like chess. I'm 3 meals ahead.
Nice.
Wow.
It's like, okay. Oh, when I was little, I got told by my mom I used to get in trouble because I used to ask what was for dinner before breakfast. Like, what's for dinner tonight?
We do our grocery shopping that way. We plan the meals Saturday, go buy all the food, cook those meals during the week.
Well, what kind of hippie doesn't plan their meals? You just go buy groceries willy-nilly?
I had a coworker.
He
went to the grocery store every night.
Oh, hope we can work this out.
Yeah.
I'm good like that. I mean, I can usually figure out something to make, but, let's have half a game plan. What do you got? I got olives.
Okay, this is a good question here for all of you guys. Growing up, when you were kids, what was in your memory banks, the family traditional or the memorable meal that was like somewhat or completely a constant?
We ate at my grandmother's house every Sunday, like you see on the TV there. Spaghetti and meatballs, big, loud Italian family like that. Italian-American family, excuse me. No one there was from Italy. Yeah. Big, like the big plate, big round.
Yeah.
It hit the table like that. Kids' table every Sunday. Yeah, we did that for, I don't know, until I was 25, 26 years old. We did it every Sunday. So it had been going on forever. Yeah.
When I was a kid, Tony, who we've talked about,
Right.
would our grandmother and grandfather lived like equal distances between our houses. So we would go up there on Saturdays when his mother was dyeing my grandmother's hair, and we did the kids' stuff, and grandma always had the snacks. That's about all I can say that was like a regular food thing. We'd make sure that grandma had all the snacks and the can of soda for us.
And what were the snacks?
Cheese balls, straight out of the cardboard container. You remember the cardboard one? And cheese crunches and the fruit snacks.
Like the roll-ups and whatnot?
Yeah. Or the little gummy ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a variety. That's why I carry a variety of stuff in my lunch bag.
Have you ever gone back? I don't know if you still have the sweet tooth, like as a but I've tried to go, like you said, chocolate, so I could do chocolate as well, but like the level of sugary intake, it has diminished drastically. Like I could have it as part of it, but before it would be like all day you could just, vacuum up frickin' sweets. And that's not the case anymore. I've tried to go back, and I got some candies and this, and I couldn't. I looked at it and I was like, I pushed it away. It was just too much.
Yeah, no, candy doesn't stand a chance. I'll find a way to add it to my diet.
Oh, really?
I don't mind. Yeah, I'll eat that.
Oh, wow. Rory?
So growing up, my dad was great at making pancakes and got into sourdough pancakes, and then perfected the blueberry sourdough pancakes, and throw some elk sausage in there and some green chili. I'm done.
Oh, wow, dude. Now that's worth a try. I mean, do you guys have you guys up there? Because Ryan Bitters has, and forgive me, Ryan, but he, in one episode, he mentioned, and I hate to do this, but he mentioned like Rocky Mountain oysters and such and all that. Is what?
No.
Is that like a typical thing over there?
No, that's more like the touristy joke.
Oh, okay. But damn, those pancakes sound great, dude.
Oh, they're so good.
By the way, Rory, I'm going to make starring Craig as himself happen. I'm going to mention that every time he shows up. It's going to happen. Make it happen.
Does he still make them?
Oh yeah. When we usually the deal is like we need to have a shop meeting. I'm like, okay. Well, Sunday morning, he says, okay, blueberry pancakes. I'm like, I'm there.
Oh man.
Boom, boom, boom.
Are they fluffy pancakes, or are they like the thin?
They're how can I say this? They're like if you stacked 3 thin ones and made them all mildly fluffy, so they're not super light fluffy, but there's some like density to them.
Oh yeah, dude.
They're good.
And
Dude,
what was that?
where's that video?
Oh yeah, dude. We need that video. Are you kidding me, dude? Like yesterday, dude. Hell yeah. Look, pancakes with Dirty Smith, or something like that. Oh, did you just do this? Like, I don't see it. That's
no. I'm itching.
When I mentioned that he scratches his eye for the audience, like saying, "Yeah, that's not going to happen." That's a great idea, dude.
I just want.
I'm sorry, Doc.
Hey, I forged a hamburger with a power hammer, and nobody cares.
I love that. That was my favorite with the Mrs. Dash when you made the burger.
I freaking cut a tomato with a power hammer and a sharp piece of steel.
That was good too, but my favorite was the overabundance of Mrs. Dash.
Rory,
it's funny right up until that. Then add more Mrs. Dash. I was like,
the problem is that there's too much saturation. There's millions upon millions and millions upon millions of YouTube. It's just like a saturated freaking. It just that's what it is. I'll keep putting stuff up because it's my timeline of what the hell I want to do and how I do it and to promote my little things and this and that. But it's a saturated. You know how many Chinese there are in the world? There's like billions, and they're all watching videos.
Oh, that was a left turn.
I'm not. What I'm trying to say is, imagine all the people watching stuff in China. What I'm trying to say is,
how many Chinese there are. want to hit me right in the back.
I see an opportunity there.
For me to watch Chinese people?
See, if you guys are gonna make fun of, I'm just trying to tell you that there's a lot of Chinese people out there.
Boy, that one got me.
They don't know how to make pancakes.
That's a great idea, dude. That's a great idea. It's a strange connection that might work, but it's over. You know what? Let's skip that. Bales, what's your childhood thing?
Corn.
Oh no,
it was corn.
Flakes.
There was a lot of casseroles, a lot of meatloafs, but my favorite was minute steaks, which were just cube steaks beat to shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's so Cuban of you. You know that
cooked in the cast iron, and then she'd make up some flour-based gravy on the side, and then throw that all in the skillet, and then make some baked potatoes.
What? Did you marinate them too?
What do you mean?
Marinate them. Did you marinate them?
Did you soak them?
The potatoes?
The meat?
No,
cube steak is
cube steak. You just beat the crap out of it. You brown it, and then you throw it into the pot with the gravy, and you throw it in the oven for a while.
No, Rory. Here in Miami, the cube steaks are marinated.
No, I can't believe it.
Yeah,
Rory,
and
you go to Joe's with a Z for marinated steak.
See, you're leading people into false, knowledge of our cuisine down here. I'm telling you that they marinate
Western cuisine. Everything's just fattening.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
makes everything so much better.
Doc knows.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's all stick to your grits and bones food.
Yeah,
it sounds good though. Little marinade doesn't hurt anyone.
I'm not a huge fan.
I think my mother would use this thing called kitchen bouquet.
Okay.
I don't know if it even is sold in the store anymore, but that was what got sprinkled on cube steak.
Kitchen bouquet. It was like a thick brown sauce. Yes.
Yeah. A1 steak sauce kind of thing. But different flavor.
Kitchen bouquet is was like commercial demi glaze, I believe, almost.
Could be.
Yeah, I think
that's where we part ways, because in Miami they'll take like a Ziploc bag and
eat steak out of it like Julian,
and they'll squeeze, say, like a orange, lime. They'll hit it with pepper and garlic, and they'll just make this broth, and they'll dip
star anise.
They'll dip anise. That's another episode, by the way. We have a lot of key words. You dip that in there, and it just adds to the flavor. And honestly, if you've never had that, when you come down here, Doc, you'll see. Well, the problem is it needs to be homemade, because we'd have to find a good restaurant, because now they just quickly, conveyor belt them out to the masses.
Get me this marinade recipe, and I'll try it here. All the flavors of Miami.
You need for Nicaraguan food, you need a Nicaraguan to make it. For Cuban food, you need a Cuban to make it. You can't.
That's bullshit.
Nope, I'm telling you right now. No, you have no idea. You don't.
I need access to their groceries.
No, you don't live in tropical areas.
I vote for One World Chefs.
One World Chef. I'm down. Bales, you just got my vote.
One World Chef.
You guys are missing the boat on this. I'm telling you right now, as far as these tropical sort of plates and whatnot, you need authenticity to the nines. You need them to be there. You need them to be sweating over it.
Oh.
You remember that gif of that black kid who turns around and says, "That's racist"? That's running through my head right now.
Yeah, just completely.
Which part is racist? What's racist about that?
Could you imagine me shouting out on the Facebooks looking for a Nicaraguan person to make me some Nicaraguan food?
No, but
search of Nicaraguan person to make me Nicaraguan food.
Dude, see, but that
must have clean hands.
For tacos.
No, dude. You have
referrals
for pictures of food.
No, dude. Okay, listen.
3 images in your portfolio at least.
Criminal record a month.
I see what you're saying, Eloy. That you can't get the technique down without doing it for your life.
Well, yes, and there's a certain thing that, like, the technique, right? The amount of the ambiance in the air in the place. There's a lot of things that go. It's food here. It's. I can't even describe it other than you want that tradition. You're not, dude. Every time you eat Chinese food, going back to Chinese food. Let's see if we can top this one, Rory. Every time, I mean, it's American Chinese made by Chinese typically. I mean, do you see people that are not Chinese and Chinese cooking? At least not here in Miami. They're Chinese cooking Chinese food.
That's a good point. There are no Mexicans with a Chinese restaurant here.
Yeah. Do you see Mexicans? I mean, there might be. It's not like
food court.
Yeah.
Food court being the outlier. Food court around here was always many ethnicities of food, one ethnicity of worker.
You don't go and eat fried chicken and like somewhere in the deep south and not expect that the people of that locale, they have it down packed and the whole thing, and reproducing it, you can get close, but there's something about eating that particular food in its location and all that. Obviously, I'm not going to convince you guys.
No, I'm just going through my head. Trace Margaritas. There's no Chinese people there making that burrito.
I agree, but I think I could learn to fake it.
I mean, look at that Jewish guy that we were talking about, or that I was talking about, that he has a channel that creates these beautiful
Sam something.
Yeah, he creates these beautiful and he tells you, now this isn't, I know that a lot of people from Miami are going to get angry, but
it's me.
Get over yourselves.
Rip. Go get it.
Yeah, and I agree with him. And he made a freaking awesome sandwich that's it's probably even better than the Cuban sandwich.
It's Cuban adjacent.
Yeah. So that's all I'm trying to say. There's no need to ride me like frickin' Texas Derby.
I don't know who's riding you. Certainly not Paul.
Nope.
No.
I'll take a round.
Come.
Dig my spurs in.
Coming out of the chute.
Just 8 seconds. That's all you need.
Yeah. Wow. I'm signing me up for twice. Damn.
Paul, when did you get into the I met you first in the I Like to Make Stuff group.
Right.
How long? That's been there for a long while. How long have you been there? How'd you get into that group? I know that this is not a maker podcast, but there are maker people in here, so it's a little side note.
Tony brought me into that. Definitely a long time ago. We were really early into it. I think we went to Hartford Mini Maker Fair and met Tim Sway. Jackman was walking around and David Gagne was there. So that was my first introduction into going to meet each of the people that we see in the community. And it, snowballed since then.
Very cool. It's changed a little bit though, that particular. Have you noticed that or no?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, when you get that big, it gets clicky.
Yeah.
Broken up into different groups, but I'm
just
open to be hanging out with anybody. Even people I don't like. I don't care.
Like now.
Yeah, like Bales.
Boom.
Yeah, that's it.
I did touch his prickle.
Oh, wait a minute.
Prickle.
Oh wait, I've got one question.
And gave me a sock to clean up.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah, and I didn't want us to go in that direction. I didn't want us to go in that direction. We're trying to clean things up around here.
Join around here.
Yeah, and it's not working. I mean, we have been better
at it.
We have been better. I've been hoping that Rory would chime in and redirect a little bit of these, this energy, this this tense, energy that erupts every now and then. But Rory stays quiet. I think that you like the chaos, Rory.
I secretly do. And meanwhile, I was thinking about Bale's super thin socks that he was sharing.
I threw those all out. I got new super absorbent Dickie socks, and then the special socks that Paul gave me.
Oh,
another secret of mine is I love taking the virginity out of new socks. It is so satisfying.
What?
Those new socks, you take them out and they fresh, they smell good and they stretch just right, and you put them on your foot and it just slides right on and your little toes go. Ugh.
Can you deal with that they have a nylon to cotton to ratio? I need it to be mostly cotton by a higher percentage, because if not, there's like this weird feeling on my feet, like it's almost like an allergic sort of uncomfortable, like I'm walking on something that doesn't feel natural. It needs to be cotton. Does that happen to any of you guys?
No.
Okay.
No, but I'll throw out a brand name, Duluth Trading Socks. They're expensive, but I love the Duluth Trading Socks. Everything else I've had before just fell apart. You buy new socks all the time.
Yeah.
These things last forever.
Oh, trading. I thought you said training. I was like, they make socks for training?
Yeah.
I want some training socks.
Training for what?
I don't know.
Trained to eat ham sandwiches.
Training to switch between cotton and nylon.
That's funny.
Speaking of that company, I have a pair of their stretchy work pants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stretchy work pants, guys. Bales, stretchy work pants.
Like emo tight pants?
No. Like carpenter. No. Like regular, like carpenter pants. And the fabric just got some give to it, but it's still nice and thick.
Yeah, they have jeans like that too.
I mean, give it 10 years, we'll all be wearing yoga pants to work, but it's just super comfortable.
Checking out each other's ass.
Hey, baby.
Looking good over there, Roars.
You put enough pockets in it, I'll wear it.
I can't wait till parachute pants make a comeback.
You just got to have a fanny pack, Paul. Keep all your stuff. I just can't hands in my pockets, so I got my fanny pack.
Now, when you guys were up there at that maker get-together and stuff, Bales told a really bad fib. I'll say fib, although I just said lie. But that you guys all said that. Does Eloy really think? Is he nuts? What's going on? Is that true, dude?
I don't know what Bales is saying. He's just making shit up now.
Boom, Bales.
No, actually, me and Tony, we were playing along and saying, "Is he really out there? Are you putting us on?"
And did Bales defend and say, yes, he's serious?
It was a little of both.
Damn it, Bales.
I straddled the line.
Yeah. He says you're crazy, but he says you're normal at the same time. Just like the rest of us, we're crazy.
Representing.
Oh, good.
All right.
If you saw my lunch bag and how I pack it, you'd say I'm crazy too.
I have been asked by a few people, Eloy, if you're serious or not. No, that's perfect. What do you mean?
No, he's eccentric. That's what you're after. That's what you're putting out, right?
No,
he puts that all right.
I feel so dirty, and yet comfortable.
It's like it was.
Oh man. Well, so Paul, hit us with something that we don't know about you that's totally Scratch within line with Scratch, or make it up.
Oh, jeez.
You can't stump me with stuff like this. I don't know. If you need car stereo help, I did that for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Is that worthwhile? Stereos and sound was a big deal. I don't know how to play an instrument, but I like music.
So when you look at a car stereo, you totally know how to uninstall that?
Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
All right. I'm picking you up on Saturday.
Come on down.
I can get it out with the car still running.
Do people still install car stereos?
Yeah, very rarely.
Just young kids.
What year's your truck, Eloy?
99.
Yeah, those still have old radios. Just this regular size opening, everything fits.
Oh, well, let me tell you something, dude.
Do you have a detachable faceplate CD player in there, Eloy?
Well, I'll tell you. Years ago, when I first got that, I went and bought one of those stereos with it's sort of like the mechanism that pops up a little TV screen, DVD screen.
Yep.
So it had the DVD player, the whole 9 yards. And I had that for a couple of years, right? And so we'd go to the Keys and out towards Naples and this and that. And my girlfriend at the time, her little kid would sit and watch the thing. And so I had that. So one day after the fact, like 2 years into it, I stopped at a Walmart, went in. It wasn't my neighborhood Walmart. And I come back and somebody had jacked they just ripped it right out of the center console and took it with them. I had a gaping, easy Bales, gaping hole. And I mean, I felt violated,
yes.
Because I mean, you don't do that, these freaking people. And so I bought another one, and I bought those instant connectors. They had like these kits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the technical stuff, but and I did it myself, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my story.
Yeah, I've been robbed in a vehicle scenario before too. I went to trade school in Connecticut. I went to the mall on a holiday time. I go into one store. I think I got a Carhartt jacket. I take it back to the car in the parking lot and then go back inside the shop. The weird thing is I had this little flashing LED that made it look like I had an alarm, but I didn't. They got under the car and broke the car horn. Then they broke in, stole the jacket and my CDs. But I totally get what you mean, being violated. So
yeah, dude, it's
probably another reason why I work in security now.
Yeah, you don't do that to people, dude. I just I was going to ask that. Go ahead, Doc.
I was going to say I had one of those big CD books.
Mm-hmm.
They got swiped out of my Cherokee, and I still think about it from time to time. I was like, there was so many good tunes in there.
We haven't replaced those CDs. You just remember one.
I could never replace them because I can't even remember what was in there. There was so much oddball stuff in there because I used to go buy used CDs, like 2 at a clip, for $4 or $5.
I just want to say this to all people that do that kind of thing. If they ever run across this, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, to all the thieves listening to Scratched right now, you suck.
No, man, stealing from people, that's like, you're taking people's acquired, slowly acquired, if it's music, whatever the heck it is, it's such a nasty thing to do to another human being.
Bales, how many stereos did you steal?
None, but I had 2 stolen.
Did you?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I wasn't really mad about the fact that they stole the stereos, that they busted the locks out of the doors in the trunk, and then I had to go get the body work. So then I just stopped. I just left stock stereos in from there on out.
How about you, Rory?
See that?
Boy Scout camp.
Boys to men.
Rory, come on, dude. We want to
Boy Scout camp. I got totally ripped off. It sucked.
Robbed of your virginity? What are we talking about?
Was it rope burn?
Like gaping hole.
Oh, wow.
So there was they had a, watch out now, a wood tower, right? It was a climbing tower. And you got your bag, you got all your stuff. And they're like, all right, we went inside the tower. We put all our stuff down, got on the safety gear, went and did our thing. And when we came back, somebody had gone through all of our stuff and took whatever they wanted. And I had a knife in there my dad had given me that got ripped.
freaking scumbags, dude.
Right? Boy Scout camp. Give me a break.
Yeah. You'd
Open
think
your
that
eyes,
Boy
doesn't
Scout. Unbelievable. So that's the worst that's been stolen. What's the worst that's been. Have you guys ever been broken into at home?
Yeah, somebody last year came down into my driveway, which is I don't know, 25 feet off the road. My truck was open, so they went in the truck. My wife's car was in the driveway as well, because at the time I had some stuff stored in her garage that I was moving stuff out of the basement when I was working on the mechanical area.
Mm-hmm.
And in the back seat of her car was this like sports bag that looked like a purse, and she had her spin shoes in there. She's a spin instructor. And a person just straight broke the back window, took the bag, and I laughed because I fancy the look of down the street. They opened up the bag thinking there would be like monies in there, and it was my wife's stinky spin shoes. And actually, she got them back, like they found them. But like what we had was like these junkies that would like drive around, and they'd literally hit a loop, and they'd break into every car they could on one loop. And like you would see, they went down the street, they hit every car they could until they got back, and that was it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst I've had is somebody put their empty beer can on the hood of my van in the driveway. Dicks. Yeah.
What kind of beer?
Bud Light.
Oh,
Yeah.
worse.
Now I feel violated.
Good old
beer.
What about you, Eli?
I've
You
never.
asked it. No?
Oh, actually, when I was a little kid, my folks had separated for a time. It was very traumatic because I had to leave my home, and we moved a little bit further towards the city. My mom and I moved in with my aunt, her sister, and my grandparents, and I left. I had to leave home. And we spent that Christmas there. They patched things up afterwards, but I was very little, and they had bought me a lot of gifts, and they were putting them under the tree and all that stuff. And, so one day comes, and we all get back from school and them from work, and the frickin' door was busted. No, the door was locked. We opened the door. The Christmas tree was like bare bones, no frickin' gifts on the TVs were gone, everything. Somebody had pushed the AC into the house and come in from there and taken all. Now, who takes a kid's who knows what awesome gifts? Because I know I didn't get the same gifts after that. Who takes a kid's gifts? You know how? And in that situation, it was very traumatic. Anyhow, and they took all the frickin' good gifts. And the police came, and like I told the police, and they took my gifts, and it's like, who does that, dude? People are.
And you still like the 80s? Well, didn't that happen then?
Did it happen in the 80s? Yeah, it sure
Probably.
did. It sure did. Yeah, I was going to Catholic school. What?
I'm going to sway you to the 90s soon.
No, you can't do that because the 90s was a horrible decade. But yeah, man, they freaking busted in, and guess what? It was the neighbors that had done it, and we found the heck out that it was the neighbors. Yeah, so
they knew you were gone and everything.
They knew, yep, everything. Piece of crap people. What do you? Oh yeah.
Yep, they exist.
Oh yeah. But your whole 90s to 80s thing, I get it. I don't know if you can't deny the hair metal bands, can you?
No, I was definitely listening to that stuff too.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I had an older brother who was in a band, and he was doing Rush. What's the
not hair metal?
Steve
Vai?
No, the Steve Miller band.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that kind of rock stuff.
That's the saving grace, man. They kept the rock alive. Did you have posters in your? Because it was traditional. I've told this before, and I'm curious about all you guys. Did you have posters like what we used to do is get all the rock and metal magazines and posters as well from the mall, and we'd cover our walls, even the ceilings, the doors, everything with rock and roll posters. Our rooms were like a little dungeon of rock and roll.
I didn't just have rock and roll. I definitely had like models and cars.
Yeah.
Lamborghini poster. I definitely had one of those.
I had a Porsche poster and some ninja, like bikini chicks sitting on ninjas, like with their, and man, those were good times.
Some of my favorite memorabilia with rock on it was we'd go to the county fair, and you play a game. They had this one prize. I don't know what game I was playing, but the prize was a mirror,
Rock
in a
Band
cardboard sleeve, just a mirror with a Van Halen logo on it.
Yeah, Van Halen cocaine mirror, 4x4.
I brought it back to my parents where they were sitting someplace else, and they're like, "Wow, nice." No one realized that, like he said, it's drug addict stuff.
Yep, there's some paraphernalia, kid.
Yep, and the feather with a roach clip at the end of it. It was a prize for kids, and they loved it because they could clip it out of their head.
Yep,
I remember those. How about you guys? Posters, walls, kids, rock and roll?
You go first, Bales. I don't want to say mine.
Why?
Color me bad.
If you
I had all Motley Crue and Kiss posters.
You're kidding.
You guys are so cool.
That was it. All Motley Crue and Kiss.
So
you
cool.
obsessed with those two?
Yep.
You didn't have other bands?
Nope.
Why did you focus on Motley Crue and Kiss?
Because I liked Motley Crue and I thought Kiss looked cool. The next time I go home, I'll have to see if I can dig up some old pictures. The walls were covered.
Holy smokes. Because, I mean, I had, like, all the different bands. Ozzy Osbourne, frickin' Alice Cooper, and just everything. But you decided on, we're going frickin' balls to the wall with Kiss and frickin'...
It was mostly Motley Crue. I was monogamous.
Wow.
I had the records hung on the wall. I had all the tapes on a shelf. It was nuts. It was. I had picture discs. It was out of control.
No, that's not stupid. It's a fun thing.
Tapestries. Remember tapestries?
You had tapestries?
Yeah, tons. I probably still have them somewhere in my parents' house. All the album covers.
All of them?
Yeah, tapestries. Tons.
Even the ones without makeup?
No, I mean the Motley Crue. Tons of tapestries.
Yeah, because I didn't like the once they lost the makeup, it was weird.
Motley Crue tapestries.
Yep.
Wow.
You remember a full-size door? You remember door posters?
Yeah.
I had one of Alistair Fiend. Full-size door poster.
I had Wayne Gretzky.
Nice.
6 foot tall guy.
Here I go. I had a door poster. It was of Xena.
Warrior Princess.
Was it a blacklight?
Who's going to do the sound?
Was it a
My
blacklight?
whole room was black light. But I had that Xena on the back of the door.
Man. And what happened when you turned the black light on? She was just full of splotches.
It's like a crime scene.
No other bands or anything?
No. Can't say I cared about it. I was too busy.
Soundboard.
Yeah.
What was that again? The editing, the
No. This stays. And by the way, for the audio editor, could you increase the
volume?
Yeah.
Could you turn that up, please?
Rory, what are you doing? Mom, I'm just watching Xena.
I told you I didn't want to go there, but here we are.
Xena, Warrior Princess. That's funny.
Doc.
I had movie posters. Things changed. I changed what I had up on the walls a lot. Probably when I was a young guy. It was like sports people.
You were a jock.
Oh, for sure. And then when I got older, I got to be a weird jock.
Because you discovered other possibilities, and a lot of the jocks probably stayed in jock mentality, but you explored the frickin' universe.
Well, I was like in drama club and stuff like that too, so I was never like total like bro dude. So that didn't work out all the time with some of those guys that I was on teams with.
Doc, were you a Ken Griffey Jr. fan?
Yep, I had Ken Griffey Jr. I wasn't like a huge fan. but I was. I still have the poster of him and his dad that came in like a Sports Illustrated for kids. I saved all that stuff.
Dang.
Yeah. I had it for a while. Here's a good one. It was Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire when they were like both 12 years old. They looked like puppies before either one of them. Look it up. It's called a Bash Brothers poster. It's both of them sitting on the car. It's like a reenactment of the Blues Brothers one. And they're both like skinny 19-year-old kids before either one of them had ever even seen a needle.
They named a road here 16th Street after Jose Canseco. And then something happened where he did something wrong. I don't want to, say it incorrectly, but something happened and they took his name down from the street. I wonder what he did.
Stripped of his title.
Oh, what happened?
Bunch of stuff. Who knows what the latest is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a big deal.
Yeah. And then I remember like some Kevin Smith posters when I got older and stuff like that. Bands in and out.
Bands in and out?
Yeah. If I found something cool, I'd put it up for a while. Trying to think if I had any band posters that stayed. Well, I told you, instead of like band posters, I used to like the stuff that came at the record store, the little promotional shit.
The full-size cardboard cutout?
No. Like the little stuff that would be like on the counter where you go to check out. There'd be like a little cardboard tchotchke of the album cover or whatever.
All right.
Ooh, promotional rarities.
Yeah, I used to like that shit. In the one store that I frequented, always sold this stuff for like next to nothing. And if they knew it was a band that we liked, they'd put it aside for you.
Granger, another question for you. Your favorite, looking back, your favorite good vibe to you movie from back in the day. I won't even hit you with a decade or anything. Just one that you look back and, damn, that was good stuff. Good vibes.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh my gosh.
We've got Bush.
Forever.
Well, I guess we can...
Booger? Was that one character?
Yeah. He had the same beard Bales does.
He does.
That's true. Holy smokes.
That was a good look with the leather jacket.
I just saw that message that you wrote there, Doc. Is it time?
I think it's time to wrap this up.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
All
I
right.
think he tried to stop it,
Oh, okay.
but it got pretty good.
Well, we have, Paul here, and we wanted to get some info, and
Next time you see me, I'll be at Eloy's house.
We'll have Nicaraguan food.
Scratch.